Welcome back. I'm George. Today is a day when I just get so excited when we get an opportunity to do this. Listen, if you haven't had an opportunity yet, please subscribe. So please keep the comments coming and also subscribe. Well, that didn't take us too long, so we're done with the 3-inch column. Now I'm going to use the Turbo 500. I've already filled it up. I'm going to plug it in, turn it on, and let that start to heat up. Now, here's what I was going to show you. This is the Turbo 500 column. Now, normally if you shake it, you could hear there'd be some rashing rings or there'd be something, some column packing. But what you do is you unscrew this bottom lug, because you got to do this anyway in order to attach it to the lid. And you'll look inside there and you'll notice that I have nothing in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this and try to, I'm not going to trick it, I'm just going to operate it as a pot still. It's going to be a little bit more like a pot still on a little bit of steroids, but it's not going to go crazy and pump out 180 proof. I'm going to retain the flavor, but it's going to be really easy for me to do because this thing runs almost on its own once you get it set. So we'll be back with you as soon as I get this running, and I'll show you how it works. Got our Turbo 500 running. I'm at 128 degrees. Now, for those of you who haven't seen this before, and if you have, you can skip right through it, but I just want to explain. The way the Turbo 500 works is a little bit reversed of the way we normally run a traditional still, where we're taking the head temperature at the very top, and we're controlling that temperature by how much heat we introduce. Now, the way the Turbo 500 operates, it's the same principle, but it's absolutely reversed. What we're going to do is we're testing the temperature of the cooling water that goes in here and down through the condenser. And there's my little probe, and so I'm testing that temperature. Now, of course, that temperature point is going to be a little bit different. So here's how this works. It heats up. It's got one heat on it. It says hot. And then the steam will rise. And as a matter of fact, it's the thermal, oh my gosh, it's like a transistor. It's in the bottom. It's normally a closed switch, and it'll open when this reaches 125 degrees Celsius, which is over boiling. But that's about its limit. So the vapors travel up this column, and they go across into this cooling tube. So this is the column in the condenser, and then they come out here, and then they drop into the jar. Now, the way you do this is you run water, and I'm using a water flow control valve. And I recommend these because it's very, very sensitive. If you just turn this valve just a little bit, it will react. So I'm controlling the amount of water flow through this, and it's coming out here. Here's the exit, and I'm just checking the water temperature there. And when I get the water temperature just right, and I'll run that probably 155, maybe 160. If I get that water right, I know that I'm condensing at the proper temperature for that vapor. So we'll keep running that, and I'll keep tracking that. I got a phone call, and I'll be back with you. Welcome back. We are finished with our experiment for today. And so you see I've got all cleaned up. It's really good to clean as you go. You know. All right. Here's the two. Now remember, we started out, we were going to do three. We were going to do just the flakes, then the coconut milk, and then the extract. And we kind of theorized and figured along the way that we might be missing something. So we did the flakes and the coconut milk together in the 8-gallon 3-inch column, and that turned out really good. So it's got a really good base coconut odor and flavor, aroma, and it's full body. It's really, really good. So I'm really, really happy with that, and that works out well. Now this is just a pint. And remember, I always add probably about a half an ounce or less of my glycerin. And the glycerin will takes any of that bite off that you have in the back if you run it a little bit off, and it really smooths it out. And it's also an aging catalyst. All right, now also this other pint. Now this is the one I ran through the Turbo 500, and I used that Turbo 500 as a pot still because I took everything out of the column. So I wanted to retain all the flavor I possibly could. And I'm telling you, this is a really fine base rum. And I'm extremely happy with it. Both of them have already been cut down to 80 proof. And so I used the coconut extract. And with this one, it took about 12 drops in a pint. And I'm telling you what, the aroma from this, and the room still smells like coconut. It really is amazing. It's got a really, really smooth taste to it as well. So if you're looking to make some coconut rum, I mean, there you go. We've got the coconut extract, some straight rum that you make yourself, and by golly, it's that easy, folks. So look, please share us with your friends. Subscribe. Always comment below. Comment. We really, really appreciate it, and it just keeps us alive. So until next time, and we're going to have another good one coming your way. Happy distilling.